How are you at the dance of the book shuffle? You know, all those books that you have to have for this student and the other student and the other student, and they roll one right into the other for the duration of the afternoon or evening. I have an idea for you just one idea that could work, that might make it easy for you. This is the setup that my students see when we use FaceTime for lessons. This is what they see. I can turn and play, or I can turn my chair around and actually play with the pedal, you know, and that seems to work pretty well. But let me zoom the iPad out a bit and let you see the rest of the setup. There, you see I'm not sitting on the piano bench. I'm sitting in a chair with a back that is so comfortable, especially if you have lots of hours of teaching, which I don't, but a lot of you do. My piano bench is right here, and I find it a great little table. I have to move it anyway, so it just makes a really handy table. I put my student planning notebook that we talked about right here on my lap, and then I put my stack of books that I have for one student here and another student here, and I could have, you know, maybe 3 and maybe more on the floor if I needed to. Now, the way I run the assignments are in a certain order. I always teach theory first and skills, and then hymns, core, and then any extra literature in that order. I ask them to practice in that order, and I do the lesson in that order. And so I have the books set up in that order. I actually ask them to have their books set up in that order and even opened out one on top of the other, ready to go for me, because then I can move, because I cover a lot in 45 minutes. So this is the way I go. I have an assignment book here, and I see theory, so I ask them after, you know, hellos, you know, let's have a look at your theory, and we deal with the theory, and then I put it up here backwards, and then we deal with the next, you know, thing on the agenda, and the next one and the next one until it's all done, and then I say goodbye, pull this out, and my books are in order already. Here's the assignment on the front, and I take up the next group of books for the next student. Now, if this student is an intermediate student, so it may be that in the middle of the lesson I need a new Baroque piece or a new classical piece. How do I know what that is? Well, it's right here in my notebook. And so I will just open this in the middle of the lesson. There's my planning page. There's the repertoire sheet for Baroque, classical, romantic, contemporary. And I just take my pencil and say, okay, so the next piece will be, and I name the book and the page number, and then I put a dot here that we're doing that, or a check mark that you know, we're working on that. And then back we go to the assignment. So I find that helps me work smoothly through and quickly through a lot of different kinds of things. I like to work a lot of different things every single week with my students, and that seems to facilitate that for me. So I hope that's helpful. Helpful for you in doing the dance of the book shuffle.